Well, good evening, one and all. Welcome along to the Studio Rats Q&A Live, number 155. My name's James Ivy.
Hi, Paul Drew, and it's
Mr. Drew has earplugs in.
I'm not happy. I hate wearing earphones.
Sometimes things just change, don't they, for no apparent reason.
Just like it's every time we do this live show. That's the thing. I can't hear properly because I feel like I'm stuck in I'm on stage now. I feel like I'm on stage. You know, like when you've got in-ears in on stage and you just feel a bit disconnected.
And someone goes, and you go,
Yeah.
"Can't hear. Got plugs in."
Yeah. Hold on, let me just get this volume. So yeah, feel a bit disconnected, but it's all good. It's all good. You all right?
Yeah, not bad actually. Had a very disjointed week thus far, but some interesting news which I'll come on to shortly. However, as is tradition, we start with what you've been up to.
Well, I've been. Oh, so there's been.
We went to Brighton,
we went to Brighton last weekend. What did we do? We had a nice time in Brighton. Had a couple of beers, and then we had to work hard. That was hard work.
It was a lot of our work.
And then this week, I've got three product launches.
Ooh.
So yesterday was the Walrus Audio DI React box.
Mm-hmm. We like that.
Oh, it's just brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And at the moment, because James and I are doing Tonex patches, it's absolutely fantastic. And I didn't realise it's the first time that I've ever needed a ground lift on anything. And I was just like, oh, what's that noise? What's that noise? And as I'm doing captures, and I push the ground lift button and it goes, zip.
There it was, gone.
Love that.
We are fairly prolifically capturing at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah. We're doing that. And I had yesterday. I cannot remember what the other thing was. No, that's tomorrow. What was the other thing? What's the other thing I did? My brain is gone. Oh, yeah, no, that was it. It's the soft tube Amprum.
Yes.
My God, that thing's awesome.
It really is very good, isn't it?
It's brilliant. It's honestly, right, let's be honest. I hated it. Like the initial version that came out, I was like, I would never use this.
I loved it on bass. It did there was one really cool setting on for bass.
Well, I don't know what they've done to it now, but
it's not even the same piece of software. It's not even close.
It's unbelievable. It's really good. And the Marshall tones in it are absolutely bonkers.
Do you know what I think it is?
What?
They haven't tried to do everything. They've done the things that they've done in it really, really well.
In it, South London, in it. South London, in it. Yeah. It is really, really good. Really good. Yeah. So I've done that. And then yesterday, it was hot yesterday. Well, it's hot. It's been hot for the last sort of month. But it was especially hot yesterday. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going for a swim. So I went down the beach, had a swim first thing in the morning.
Nice.
Which was nice. And today we were down because Harrison's joined the yacht club. So he's sailing. So we were down the yacht club this afternoon. Which is
very nice. Very
pleasant. What about yourself?
I've been working. Because we've got Bournemouth next week and this weekend, you'd think, have a weekend off, chill. No. Monday, twins' birthday. So all hell breaks loose.
Right.
Sunday, got back Saturday night, didn't we? So Sunday, had day with family, which was very nice. Been working and trying to get all my ducks in a row for next week because there's quite a lot going on. And just every which way I turn, something comes along and smacks me in the face and goes, no, you're not doing that today. So it's just been one of those weeks thus far. I've actually started to get some productivity done and recorded a track this afternoon for a demo. Then I went for a walk because I just thought I've been in here for 3 days straight now. I need to get out.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Went out for a walk whilst watching the Garden Holgate auction, day one.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to buy anything.
So you haven't told me, and I
No.
didn't want James to tell me what he's bought. So do you want to do the reveal now, or do you want to do
Should we
that
do
in
the
a minute?
reveal now?
Yeah, let's do it now.
All
And
right.
then I'll tell you if you've been a complete idiot or not.
So I probably have been a complete idiot, but both will make good content. So that's kind of my theory. Right, you ready for this? I'm gonna bring up one at a time.
Oh God. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Oh, what you bought?
I've bought.
Is that a Gilmore?
It's a Gilmore-esque. It's basically
Gilmore inspired.
Someone's done a Gilmore.
Oh, that looks good. Hold on, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
They've done a really good job on the replica as well.
So hold, I'm trying to look
On
by
the
the tuners. It looks like a 1990s.
It's a parts caster. It's a complete parts caster. Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
What is it? Go on. Tell me what the parts are.
So the only bits that I know of are, and I'm reading this down, comprising various fender and other body parts. Body, swimming pool, route, relic, black finish body.
Well, hold on a second. So it's a swimming pool relic. That is weird because that's not a standard Fender thing.
Okay, so it's an E9 series Fender USA Strat neck.
Great. So 80s. So yeah, that's a 90s.
Right.
So it's a 90s neck. That's what I thought.
Good. Electrics working. Seymour Duncan SSL 5 bridge.
Nice.
Bridge pickup. An Abigail Ybarra Fender Custom Shop middle pickup. And a Fender Custom Shop with the neck. Wired with
how
coil
much?
switching.
Oh, okay. So it's Abigail Ybarra.
Yeah.
Is how you're supposed to. And how much did you pay for the Strat?
$520.
You'll probably find that middle pickup is probably worth most of that guitar.
Wow. Okay.
So Abigail Ybarra only makes pickups now for the Masterbuilt Strats.
Right.
No, I'm lying. Abigail Ybarra no longer works for Fender anymore.
Right.
So they're the really sought after ones. Now, Josefina Campos, I think, only makes now for Masterbuilt, who was her protege.
Right.
So she is like the top pickup, or so Abigail Ybarra was the top pickup builder for Fender Custom Shop. So if you've got an Abigail Ybarra pickup, they're no longer made. That's worth a lot of money.
Okay. So I did all right.
So what was? Yeah, and the next a Custom Shop. What?
It's an E9 serial Fender Custom Shop Strat neck.
No. Sorry, the neck. Well, it's a Custom Shop neck.
It's a Custom Shop neck, apparently.
What?
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. The neck's an E9 serial Fender USA.
God, I was going to say. Right. Okay. Right. The neck pickup.
Seymour Duncan SSL 5 bridge pickup.
Yep.
And a Fender Custom Shop pickup to the neck position.
Okay, so you don't know what the Custom Shop is. Well, I mean, all great pickups.
Yeah.
All. I mean, it's strange why they managed to get hold of an Abigail Ybarra at just one pickup and put it in the middle. So that's great, mate. I mean, and I think you've done well there. And I'm a bit confused about the relic body. Did it say if it's nitro?
No.
Just show me a picture of the body. Sorry, guys. I know this might not be interesting to everyone, but to me, this is my sort of bag. I love all this. I can't. Do you know what? I can't see a big enough picture of it. It's a tiny picture on my screen. Yeah. So I can't see if it's a good relic job on. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Come down.
Yeah, I'm trying to. No, it's not coming down.
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. We'll have a look at it. Yeah, there we go. No, see, that's a poly. I'd say that's a poly body that's been knocked about a bit. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you're not going to get a Custom Shop with a swimming pool route because they don't do that in the Custom Shop.
Right.
That's so the swimming pool route is what they do on the cheaper end sort of Mexican stuff, because you can literally then have one body and then you can put any pickup combination in it. So if they do a HSS or whatever or HH, it all fits on that route.
Right.
So, but no, I mean, how much you pay for it?
£520.
plus taxes.
Plus taxes. So it'd be six and a bit.
That's fantastic. I mean, the neck's going to be worth a couple of £100. The pickups are going to be worth easily what you paid for the guitar.
Right.
I think you've done great. If you didn't have that Abigail Ybarra pickup in it,
yeah,
the price
it might be questionable.
Well, no. I still think it's a good price, but I think you've done well. Really well.
Close your eyes then. Just while I change over.
Okay.
Now, this one was bought with content in mind.
Oh, God.
You ready?
Yeah.
Go.
My eyes are closed.
Go.
Okay. Right. Interesting. What model is it?
It is an ML3.
It's an ML3. Okay.
Yeah.
So just in case anyone can't see what James is, what we're looking at, it's a Chapman ML3 Telecaster shape guitar with 2 humbuckers.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think, I mean, if I was going to buy a Chapman guitar, that's the one that I would buy.
Right. Okay. Because
I like the shape of it. That shape does look slightly odd on it. That doesn't look like a normal ML3. It's an ML3, just a normal ML3. It doesn't say Pro.
According to the blurb, it is an ML3 electric guitar made in Indonesia.
Okay. So it's a cheap end one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which puts how much it at, if you bought them new, it would be $599.
Is that what you checked it out as? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the paint finish on it. So what did you pay for it?
$320.
Okay. You haven't lost money on it. If you sell that, you'll get your money back. Did it come with a case or anything?
Only a gig bag.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't lost money on that.
No. And that's I wasn't going to go any higher than that, but I thought, do you know what? To be fair, I've been slamming them for years. So let's put our metaphorical money where our mouth is and actually play the thing.
I mean, they've been through some QC issues, and obviously Rob Chapman's been through some issues. But as any successful YouTuber probably would have done, I'm sure he's a nice guy, and he produces a nice guitar. I think the range is great. It's such a shame that it's been. It has been quite fraught, isn't it? That there's been quite a lot of drama about it, and
I love the binding.
I feel sorry for him.
I think the wood binding on that looks great.
It's not binding. That's the top. That's unfinished on that bit.
Oh well, even so, even if it's not a binding, that's lovely. That looks really nice.
Good, doesn't it? It does look really good. It makes a good guitar.
So I look forward to. I'm gonna on the way down to Bournemouth next week. I'm gonna go via Bath, which I know is a bit out of my way, but not that much by comparison.
Jesus,
it's not that. Wow. It's only about an hour and a bit away.
Is it really? Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're now not that far from Cosham, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. I see. I get your plan.
Yeah.
How can you go pick something up for me? No, it's nice. Do you know what I'd really like? I'd really like to try one of his UK build ones, because I thought they looked fantastic. And I bet they play really, really well. Anyway.
There's a few amps going in tomorrow. There's a few amps that are also already well off the chart for pre-bids and stuff. You just go. There's a Princeton that's really nice. It's well into 4 figures already. I'm like, that's pointless.
What does a Fender Princeton go for? Let's have a quick look. Princeton.
I'll bury that because we've done it now.
So you can get a Princeton. They're about £1,400.
Yeah. When you add sales tax to that, it's over that. Okay, it's an old one. It's a silver face, but still.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather get a new one and not have the bother
and not have the issues.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like a Princeton. I'd really like a Princeton. I know Pet's got a Princeton.
There's some other stuff in the list tomorrow that I'm thinking.
Are there any oddballs? Because I quite like the oddballs that we get.
Let me have a quick gander. Hold on a sec, and I will put you back on the screen. Hold on a second.
Actually, no, we can do this next week once you.
Yes, next week. There was a couple of things that I was looking at. So, the Gary Moore Les Paul.
Nice.
Let me just share this again. to that. The Gary Moore Les Paul went for 3,002.
Do you know what? I don't think that's bad.
I don't think so
The thing
either.
is, though, with these things, if you'd have bid on that, it wouldn't have gone for 3,002 because it had gone. You'd have bid 3,003. He'd have done so. It'd be more than that, but 3,002. I think someone's got a really nice collectible guitar for that. That'll be worth a fortune in a few years' time.
Yeah. The Eagle I was looking at, but they went too high. The Ibanez Gem, which I was looking at, went for 820 quid, which isn't bad for a gem.
Right. Is it a Japanese one?
I don't know. 70V. I don't know what that means.
Do you know? I don't know.
Made in Indonesia, not a Japanese one.
How much did it go for?
820 quid.
Oh no! Hold on.
It's an Ibanez Premium Gem, if that means anything.
What is it? 7V?
Yeah, 70V.
70V. Okay, maybe I'm wrong here. The 70V used. New.
Yeah,
you could pick them up for $1,000.
Just
Used about 900 quid.
Right. So that whoever bought it, we think paid over the odds. We think because obviously they've got taxes.
You've got to look at these things. You've got you've got to do your research.
However, this one.
What's that? Oh, what's
that? Tom Anderson.
God, that headstock looks like a Sir, doesn't it? It's exactly the same shape as a Sir.
That is a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, and it's a bit 80s, but it's actually.
But it did go for 2,200 quid.
See, I don't think you wouldn't pay that on eBay for that. It's good, isn't it? I mean, some people you can sell your guitars and sometimes get more than what they're worth.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
It's good. It's a good thing. Right, let's get into some of these questions and stuff. Hopefully, you've enjoyed our little musings. I didn't intend to buy the Chapman, but as I was waiting for the for another one to come up, which I didn't go for, and I went, do you know what? I bet that's a blimmin' good guitar for that sort of dough.
Yeah. I bet it's
I
bet it's gonna be great. It might need a bit of a setup,
probably,
but excellent, good stuff.
So tomorrow the amps and things, and tomorrow, and then more musical instrument-y type stuff on Friday.
I'm quite excited about that Gilmore Strat.
Yeah, it was one of those I didn't intend to, and then I went, "Oh, go on," and we all know how dangerous that is.
I think that's a good guitar. I think that could take the place of a guitar or two on your.
I think so too.
Nice.
Cool. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Matt Comtois, can we say? What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Would you consider doing more Katana bass videos? It's incredibly difficult to find good patches or any sort of tone dial-in videos for the product. Boss gets no love. Funny enough, oh, sorry, bass gets no love. Sorry, I haven't got my glass. I can put my glass on. Funny enough, I don't know what happened, and I need to speak to Dan Hawkins, but I sorted Dan Hawkins out with a Katana bass amp to make some content, and I haven't seen any content yet. So, yes. Hopefully we can, Matt.
Did it make it to Singapore? Yes,
definitely made it. Ned said, "Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well, and to you, Ned." Mr. Moxie says, "Blue Moons and Bombay mix." A nice one, mate. Let's leave all the morals behind. I love a bit of Bombay mix, as long as you've opened the packet yourself, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's definitely
some hygiene issues with.
I know exactly what you mean.
Daniel Early says, "Good evening, rats, from a very warm 29 degrees and sunny North Carolina." It's always sunny over there, Daniel.
It's about the same here. Well, has been
it is actually. It has. It's roasting, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
Ray, where do babies come from?
Ray, if you have to ask that question, mate.
Shep says, "Evening or evening, Shep. Tone thoughts, please. Where do babies come from? Tone's thought, please." I haven't got a clue, Ray. So you might need to explain yourself a little bit more, or do some more Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Maestro One, evening everyone. Evening, Maestro One. Mario Montoya says, that's a cool name, isn't it? That's a guitar player's name, that is.
Yeah. Hi.
I want to be.
I'm Mario Montoya.
Yeah, it should be. He should be doing one of those old videos that we did that we used to watch. You know that what were they called? Like the Eric Johnson video and stuff.
Oh,
and the Steve Lukather video. What were they called? Something Licks, Star Licks, or something.
Starlicks.
It should be. It should be. Mario Montoya does Star Licks. It should definitely be. That's a nice guitar you've got there, Mario. Yeah. So you can tell a man that can play as well. Look how he's holding it. Look, he knows what he's doing. He should definitely.
You sure it's not just superimpose an image of John Mayer over?
It does look like John. It looks exactly like John Mayer pose, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Unless it is John Mayer, and it's so small we can't see it, but it looks good. Looking good. He says, "Hi Paul, I have a Tonex and Ampero 2. What's the best way to use it? Put the Ampero after the Tonex, or insert the Tonexy, the loop of the Ampero." Okay. It really depends what you want to do, Mario. So if you want to use the distortions inside the Ampero, put the Tonex in the loop, and that way you can place where you want the Tonex in the loop, and you can have your distortions coming from Ampero going into Tonex, and then output Tonex going back out to the loop, and then you can use your stereo effects. I would suggest you do it that way.
Yeah, I would, unless you're using distortions from Tonex.
Yeah, but you can't. Yes, what I'm saying is if you're using a patch and then you want to put a distortion before that, you can't do that with Tonex.
Definitely not. He won't like it. Boom.
Pet says, getting in. Oh, cheers, Pet. Thanks, mate. That's very nice of you, mate. He said, getting in early before the beers makes me donate more than my funds will permit. Top stuff as always, lads. My mix is in my solo bowl. Oh, okay. He's talking about his Bombay mix in his own bowl. He's got his own bowl. You don't share that stuff, mate. Never share that stuff. When the missus comes in and she starts sticking her dirty hands in your Bombay mix bowl, you say no.
I've got a really funny joke about this, but it's far too long for this point in the show.
When you say a funny joke, your idea of a funny joke.
You've laughed at my last jokes.
Did I? I don't think so. I don't ever.
You actually did. Don't even go there. Don't go there.
Okay. Mark's gas station. Howdy, folks. Howdy, Mark's gas station. Hey, hold on a second. Before we go any further, you've got one like. There's 68 people watching. Please give us a like. I'm not going to beg, but I'll
beg. I would actually beg. I'd beg for like.
Please give us a like. It really does help. And honestly, YouTube have been caning the channel recently due to things like people not liking the live stream. The live stream takes a lot out of the algorithm for YouTube for what we're doing.
Oh, really?
So it's not worth us doing it. It's actually detrimental us doing the live stream. So if you can give us a like, it helps us do the live stream, because I've been trying to think of ways around how to do this, because it's getting a bit painful with YouTube. So please give us a like. It really does help.
Please. Just one or two or half dozen.
Please. If you don't, only if you like it. If you don't like it, don't give us a like. I wouldn't. Raymond Donaldson. Okay, guys, tell me about using Tonex pedal with external delay and reverb pedals. How do I avoid overloading the inputs of the external pedals? You'd only be overloading the inputs of the external pedals if you're using pretty cheap pedals, I would say. Yeah. See, it's a good question, though. That is a good question, because I'm guessing the reason you're asking that, Raymond, is because it'll be line out coming out of the Tonex, and pedals like instrument. Well, they don't really like instrument. It's not really instrument level, is it? Because it's gone through. It's not anymore after it's been through the preamp and stuff.
No, it's.
I've never had any issues. But I do use good quality reverbs. Things like, you're not going to get any issues with things like Strymon, Boss,
any of the TC stuff, Boss.
The TC stuff, I don't know about the TC stuff because they don't make. Well, they do in their what's their plethora? They make that might work. The Universal Audio stuff will work great. The other way of doing it is to just buy multi effects with a send and return, like an effects loop on it, and then you can get away with all of that. I know it's frustrating. Loads of people are really frustrated, or have been really frustrated, that Tonix hasn't got an effects loop, and I don't know why they didn't include it, but you don't actually need it. I've never overloaded any. If you are overloading, bring your volume down.
Master volume, master output volume is just what's doing it.
Yeah, maybe you're cooking, like your output volume is too high. That's a thought. Mr. McQuillan, thank you, sir. He said, "Good evening, rodents. Hope life's treating you well, and to you, David." Come on, James. Let's give David the advert that he's just paid for. There we go. David makes these fantastic plectrums in the Highlands of Scotland. He basically gets coins from around the world and shapes them into plectrums, and they sound absolutely fantastic. They really do. They do sound. And David didn't even know this. The reason why David watches this show and watches the channel is because I went on one drunk Saturday night and bought some plectrums on Reverb, thinking, "Oh, that's a good idea," and then forgot that I ordered them. They turned up about a week later or a few days later, and I did a video.
What's all this?
Yeah. And they really are something special. So worth investing. It's called the Highland Plectrum Company on Reverb.
Awesome.
There we go. Travis. Hello, Travis. Hey guys, how you doing? Mississippi Blues, evening Mississippi Blues. Funky Bass. Hello, rats. Enjoyed the last two videos on the Reamp box and amp room. Good stuff. Cheers, Funky. Yeah, both really good products. It's really nice when you get
a plethora of good stuff coming through is really rare, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And yeah, I don't think anyone realizes how many video or how many products James and I actually turned down reviewing because we don't like the idea of it, or we don't think it's any good. And it's a shame when something like the Reamp box, because it is an unusual thing that not many people are interested in, the video won't do very well. But everyone needs a Reamp box. It's brilliant.
But the people who are interested in it, who want one, will probably buy that one, or they should.
Yeah. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's really good. David Brose, tan looks nice, Paul, or is it lighting? I think, I don't know if I am that red. So if I've just got my lights, and I was trying to see if I do this. I'm trying to. There we go. Better. That's about my normal colouring. So I've got like different colour, so I can do that. I can make myself.
Oh no! You look jaundice.
It's a bit too bright. That. There we go. That I'm happy with that. David Woodford. Davies hasn't got a gig tonight. He said night off bathing, listening. He's not. Oh, you're not in the bath listening to us, mate. That's banned in many countries. Have a great show, chaps. Cheers, Davey.
See, if he's got some kind of smooth jazz on in the background.
He hasn't got smooth jazz. He's listening to us.
No, but if he had smooth jazz on in one side and us on the other, would that be a Bublé bath?
The corners of my mouth turned up a little bit over that, but I didn't laugh. Mecca X Official says 520 sounds like a steal. Yeah, that was a good price, wasn't it?
We like that.
Pet says if you're singing a B over a minor chord, thus making it a minor 9, would you include it in the chord or let the vocal melody sound it out alone? I know there's no hard and fast rules. Well, it's a really good question, because you're singing that. It still implies that if you're playing an A minor chord and you sing a B over it, that's going to make it that'll make it a minor 9. Yeah, no, you don't need to. It's quite the thing is, I guess it depends on where things are mixed, because because the 9 is quite close to the root, just in case. Shall I do a quick music theory lesson?
Go on then.
Okay. So let's say we're in the key of A minor. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 7. A, B. The ninth note is a B. Okay. So root A, third, James.
C.
Fifth.
E.
Ninth.
Would be a B.
B. You've got a B. So someone's, oh, hold on. Someone's given us a shocked emoji up there.
Oh yeah, shocked. I'll go with that. We are genuinely shocked.
I've probably gone too technical. So would you? No, you wouldn't have to sing it. The only thing is sometimes the second or the ninth can be quite close to the root. And I guess if you've got an instrument that is in the same sort of frequency range,
register will make a huge difference, because if it's down in the so if you're singing the B close to the root of the chord, it's going to clash. Singing the B an octave up is not going to clash. Register is all important.
I think if you were singing the second, which is the closest to the root,
that would hurt.
You were singing quite low. I mean, your pitching would have to be bang on. I know what Pet should come on. Play the A minor chord, sing that B to us, and then we'll tell him.
What you should also do is, have you ever seen the Tim Minchin video? Mm-hmm. I play in F, but I sing in F sharp. Oh, it's genius! It is so funny. It's on YouTube. He did.
Is he actually doing that? Is he sing?
So clever.
God, that is really clever.
It's really good.
That is really clever. Thomas Ross, good afternoon, rats, and all in chat. Got my PRS SE DGT last week. Oh, congrats, mate! Nice one. I'd like to try one of them.
Speaking of SE, PRS SEs, there was a Silver Sky on the auction today, an SE. How much?
What colour was it? And I know that does make a difference because they were selling some of the colours off cheap.
It was a kind of a light blue, silvery blue colour.
Okay. How much should it go for? Well, I wouldn't pay more than 500 quid for it.
Okay, it went well over that. Well over that.
For an SE?
Yeah.
People are idiots, aren't they?
There was moments. There was one point. There was an Epiphone Sheraton. Okay, quite a lot older than my one. I mean, like early 80s rather than a late 80s, early 90s. That went for 800 quid.
You need to sell that thing.
It needs to go onto the 335 proper.
Yeah. Time to sell that.
Yeah.
Mendel. Good evening, Mendel. Pet says, the geek in me finds that stuff fascinating, sometimes including it in the chord as well. Seems to reinforce and also help with the singing the note hard. I think personally, my ear would find it more interesting not having it in the chord. If it was a piano, like just playing straight A minor, and the vocalist, if there was no other instrumentation and the vocalist sang the ninth, I think I'd like that more than if the piano played the ninth. I think it's better without the ninth.
I'm not sure I could hit a ninth.
Yeah, you could.
Probably not.
Yeah, you could. Any of the good folk in here played a J45 standard and deluxe for comparison's sake? Got my roving eyes on. Ooh, nice. You ever played J45?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think. I know a friend of mine's got a 1960s J45.
That's a Gibson Acoustic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
his dad passed away, and it was his dad's. His dad was actually a signed artist and released songs and stuff. And his dad passed, and his dad left him a J45. But as people did in those days, it's had a pickup put in it, and it's such a shame, but it's such a beautiful guitar.
I bet.
I wonder if it's actually. I can't remember if it's just mounted over the sound hole. I can't remember.
Right.
I have to have a look at it.
Yeah, beautiful guitar.
Yeah, great. Funky Bass. KDH and Rob Chapman took a photo together at NAMM. This feels like round 2. No, I think they actually did an interview. If I was KDH, I'd have been bricking myself.
I think he probably was. I mean, I certainly would have done.
We've said this about KDH and stuff. It's all well and good. It's all well and good doing all these sort of things, but try and make your videos positive and not negative. It's.
I mean, it worked all right for Roger Cook. Being negative, right up to the death threats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Carl Younger says, "Evening, guys. Long time watcher, but first time catch you live." Ah, cheers, Carl. Nice to have you along. Nectarius says, "Evening, gents. I traded a 2021 Mexican Strat for a 2014 American Tele Plus. Oh, plus cash. Sorry.
I was thinking that was quite a swap.
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, plus cash after seeing the Love telecast receipt received from Paul. Couldn't be happier. Cheers. Oh, mate. Honestly, every time I pick up a Telecaster and I pick up a Strat, there's no comparison. Telecasters, that's great. Now that is
his current favorite guitar.
Yeah, and that is that's probably the best of both worlds. That.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, you will not go wrong with that. And also, I mean, I don't know how much cash you. God, these ears they're getting pulled. I don't know how much you paid for it, but honestly, that's you did the right thing there.
Lovely, good
move. And I bet it weighs less as well. Oh, look at that guitar. Look at that. Is the Tone X Capture Pack 2 going? Going.
Well, is it go? As in how? I think it's
how is it? How is it going? Yeah, it's going well. We've got. I don't know how many. I think there's going to be about 80 captures.
Yeah.
By the end of it, it's all there's something big happening a bit later on this month, as we keep talking about. But yeah, so just bear with us a little bit. The pack is definitely coming, and it's sounding great. We should tell them what we've got. We've got I'll tell you what's happened this end. So the match list has been completely recaptured using a bunch of different pedals. So it's got all my a bunch of my favorite pedals going into the match list, and we've got plexes. We've done plexes. We've done. God, we've done loads, haven't we?
Fender Bassman with 10 different pedals. Fender Twin.
The Buddha
with pedals.
10 different pedals. There's loads. There's loads coming out, and they
Friedman, Bucks and Betty with 10 different pedals. We've been busy boys.
Yeah, we've been working really hard on this, so I hope everyone likes it.
And it's hopefully going to be as epic as we've been building it up to be.
Yeah,
but no, it'll be very exciting.
Yes. How is? Oh, there we go. How is? Yes. Pet says my Princeton is a '68 Silverface custom reissue. I swapped the stock speaker for a G10 Gold. Nice. That's quite bright. That's a 10-inch gold on that Princeton, but that cuts through. Looks cute next to the Bad Cat. Yeah, that's my only thing about Princetons is the 10-inch speaker. If I could find a Princeton with a 12, yeah, let me know if there is a Princeton with a 12. I'd be all over that like a rash.
Cool.
Hip Critical TV says, since we're reviewing guitars, what's your take on Reverend stock guitars? I'm sort of new to checking them out. I had a Reverend Greg Koch, and it was really good, really good. I think Reverend make really good guitars.
I liked that guitar as well.
Yeah, I think the thing about Reverend, I think they're made in Korea, I think, and then they're shipped over to the US where they're set up
and finished.
So they get finished, and they get a proper setup, and then they ship out from there. But they're really good.
Nice.
Matt. Comtois. I was right. We were right. That was a good pronunciation of my last name. Nice one. Yeah,
you messed Matt up, but
what did I say? What did I just say?
Sorry, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking.
Hollywood says, hi, anyone seen Anderton's Push US made PRS S2 for 999? Yeah, I'd look at that. I think it's a good deal. So it's basically they're selling 1,600 quid S2s.
Right.
S2, so basically an S2 is it is US made, but it uses parts from Far East. So, right. So it's not US parts, but it's US made.
Right.
The body shape is slightly less fancy, I would say. So it's a cheaper made PRS. Really good. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So 16, I think 600 quid down to 999. I think that's, I don't think you'd lose money on that if you sat on that for a couple of years. They're not going to sell. You'd always be able to sell that second hand for that money, I think.
Nice.
Hollywood, another price reduction from PRS. We saw the SE a few months ago go up 599. Yeah, the SE Silver Skies were going 599, that's a good price. That's why I wouldn't pay more than 500 quid.
No, definitely.
Because they'll do the same again.
Yeah, definitely.
Carl Younger says, Paul, how does soft tube Amprum and Amplitude compare? I've been a long time user of Helix Native and recently switched over and have been enjoying Amplitude 5 Tonex Native. Yeah, I mean, they're all good. They're all really, really good. The thing that's different with the thing that I was really impressed with soft tube with the presets. It's really unusual to get.
I hadn't overcooked it.
Yeah, it's really unusual to get a company that builds amp sims and to make usable presets as opposed to presets that make you go, oh, where they're going, it can do this, and they make it so just unusable but fancy. So I thought, it is really good. Amplitude is excellent. Helix Native, I never really got on with Helix Native, and that's not to say that it's not good. It just wasn't. It wasn't for me.
It didn't float your sandwich.
No. But some of the effects in it are really good. Yeah, I just personally, I wasn't a massive fan of the amp tones, but I know they've been updating it and all that since I've last used it, so it might be fantastic now.
Cool.
Hollywood says maybe do a live stream every 2 weeks. If can't do each week, or experiment sometimes twice a week, but 30 minutes or once every 2 to 3 weeks, etc., or change the day. That's worth a go.
Yeah.
The only thing is, you guys know what day it's on.
I mean, ITV don't change the date of shows just because Google doesn't like it.
Yeah. Pet says, any benefit me purchasing Woodworks? My acoustic is entry level, and the polisher turd springs to mind.
Woodworks.
Try the demo, I'd say.
Good. I use Woodworks for one thing and one thing only. If I've got a piezo recording and I have to use it, that's when Woodworks is really good.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever used it on a mic'd up track because.
Oh, you wouldn't, would you?
You just wouldn't.
I think with Woodworks, and Woodworks is it's a way of making a piezo recorded guitar sound like a real guitar. I think it's a get you out the shit thing. It's not a here's you plug into this and it makes this £200 guitar sound like a 50 grand Martin. It's not going to do that.
I've used it on live recordings where I had no choice. That's when it's great.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Brilliant. In a mix, you probably wouldn't tell, but if you're using it as if the guitar is like a real sort of standout instrument, I would probably say, not.
Yeah.
And by the way, Pat, I think your acoustic sounds good. I don't know why you think it doesn't, polish turd and all that. 6 strings. Can you adjust the trim in Globe and Tonex? Yes, you can. You can. You need to update it to one of the software, at least the software that was updated a few months ago. Hollywood says, Tonex, no effects loop? ! I bet they do a Tonex 2 next year, which will have an effects loop, or a full Tonex multi-effects modular with all the modulation effects built in. I suspect that's what will be happening at some point. Yes. I know nothing. Colin, he said, good evening, Paul and James from sunny North Devon. Oh, hi, Colin. Nice sunny North Devon. Pet says, can you borrow you could borrow my prints and do a video if you want. You can explain to me how to make it sound better, probably. I would have a look at that. I hope you still got that stock speaker. I'd have a look at that stock speaker. Because it might be a bit bright for that. I, not having tried one, but Aaron says, has anyone tried the Rev D25 combo? Considering one as a grab and go with a small pedal board, but there aren't many videos of it yet. I haven't. I mean, I've seen. Obviously, saw it when it got released at NAMM.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen anyone use it, or I haven't seen it in any shops yet. So I imagine they haven't released it. I imagine NAMM was a sort of pre-release thing.
But the Rev stuff's great. We love it.
Yeah, it's really good. I love the D20. Dog's kicking off. Yes, actually, HK is right. It's an add 9, a minor 9, including the minor 7. That is technically correct. Yes.
Yes, it's stacked chords and lots of fingers and stuff.
Cosham, not near New Forest. Oh, okay. Martin says Cosham is not near the New Forest.
He's right, but it's a lot closer to the New Forest than I am.
That's probably true.
There's no probably about it.
and I'm probably nearer than I used to be.
Yes.
Zpep's face, blue smiling. I love those. I love the emoji explanation.
Yes. Yeah.
StreamYard gives us. Hello, Studio Rats, fellows. Glad to be back from a hot, sunny busking day and get to the Q&A. Cheers, Zpep's.
And that's why we keep doing it, boys and girls. That's why we do it.
Yes. Alan says, Rats, hello from a stormy Alabama. Wow. Have you guys tried or used Fluent Strat pickups? I'm blown away by the set in my PV accelerator. Oh, I don't know. No, I haven't used them. I've used the Fluent's tele pickups, and they sound really, really good. No, I haven't tried them. I'd like to. I'd really like to. Chris, evening all. Evening, Chris. Martin says, I've got a Chapman original ML1. Great guitar, just heavy. That's interesting. That's what happens with a lot of the sort of more budgety guitars. They do just tend to use the heavier woods. Awesome, says Six Strings. HK, the 7th is a given. I was running out of space and prioritized the 9th and 2nd. I know my theory. Yeah, absolutely. It is. I would honestly. I mean, I would always say minor 9th. It's even though it didn't have a 7th, because it still gives that sound. The 7th to me is the thing that makes it
crunchy.
No, I just don't like. It's the thing that makes it sound more jazz to me. So I think I add chords. There's so much prettier sound. Let me just get a guitar. Let me just go and get a guitar. Hold on. I need to unplug myself because I can't put the in-ears in.
So we can say whatever we like him at this point because he can't hear us.
Oh, okay. I mean, you'll know.
So anyway, as I was just saying.
Yeah. So like you can look at it if I do it like this. So A minor chord. Okay. So you can make it a add 2nd or add 9, or I can make it which to me is like that's when it sounds pretty.
Yeah.
Because I really like that that fight between the A and the A and the B.
Yeah.
I'm going to unplug myself again. Go on. You talk about me for a couple of seconds.
What could we possibly say about Mr. Drew at this point that he won't already know? And he already thinks that. And the funny thing was, it was the Vickers bicycle.
And it didn't have a saddle.
Boom.
Pet says the TPS crew recommended a G10 for the 10-inch. Oh, there we go. Well, those boys know their onions, so they know what they're doing. Funky bass. Fender Princeton 62 Chris Stapleton. Oh, that's a 12-inch. And it's hand-wired. Rather pricey, but I'm sure it sounds fantastic. See, that's what I'm talking about.
I bet it does.
Oh, yeah, I like Chris Stapleton as well. So good. Gary Waddle says, "Hey guys, hope all is well. Any thoughts on the PRS SE DGTs? Sounds like a very nice guitar and great price. By the way, thanks for all your vids on Tonex." Oh, cheers, Gary. Yeah, I'd like to try one. I don't think it's a guitar that I would buy, and that's for no other reason apart from.
Well, you had a DGT and you sold it.
Yeah, I had an American DGT, and the thing is the way that my brain works, and it's not necessarily right, but the way my brain works is if I bought an SE, I would constantly be thinking, I want to get the American one of this, which is exactly what PRS wants you to do. They want you to buy the SE and they want you to love it so much that you go, but if I had the American, everything I could play so much better and I would be so much better. And that's unfortunately the way my brain works. But I'd really like to try. I would love to, and at some point I will. We'll find someone that's got one, and I'll do a review on it. And I bet it's absolutely brilliant. Pet says, "Still have the stock speaker. Might be worth a shootout between the two for a video channel. Sounds like good. You should come down for that. You should come down for a couple of days, Pet, and then we could do. You know what we could do? We could do Blue Moon and Bombay Mix
with your own bowl.
Oh yeah, we'll have our own bowls. Yeah. We'll have our own bowls. He says, Paul Drew, cheers for the kind words. You pair our gold. Beer might be kicking in hard. I see. He's having the beer love now. See, Peps, are there worse acoustic guitar strings than Martin strings, especially the Eric Clapton ones? Those are garbage. I put a set tune, the guitar, had a few chords, and get back to my Elixir strings. Well, Elixir strings are very different. Lots of people don't like Elixir strings. I really like them. The thing about Elixir strings are that they're a bit disconcerting because you put them on your guitar and then you go, I need to change those strings. And you go, but it still sounds all right. And then you're months later and you're still going, I need to change those strings, but it still sounds all right. But they're really worth buying. I think if you can afford, if you can have the hit of buying those strings, at the end of the year, you are quids in.
Yes, definitely. Because you've only changed them twice, probably.
Yeah. And actually, I haven't changed strings for quite some time, actually, because of the move and stuff. My guitars are pretty dead. I need to get on it. K-Michael P's in the house. He said, I have an Ad minor ninth in my backyard that keeps eating my palm trees. That sounds posh, doesn't it? He's got palm trees.
Palm trees in his backyard.
I have an Ad minor ninth in my backyard. I wonder what that Ad minor ninth is he's referring to.
I'm struggling, I have to admit.
I reckon it's some beastie.
Probably.
David says, I've got an ML3 Tradition telly and the build quality is far superior to my Fender Elite. Look at that.
Awesome.
There we go. We're expecting big things now.
We are. We're at the bottom of the list. So should we do the news?
Let's do that. There is actually some quite good news today.
Oh, well, there is. There's been.
Do you know that I come? Lee, I was speaking to Lee because Lee came over the other day, didn't he?
Yep.
And with his little box, that was good. That little box. And he said we were having a chat, and he said when he doesn't watch the show live, he just forwards on to the news. So I think all people watch this for is the news.
Well, as opposed to us and our guff.
Absolutely. And you can't blame him.
Well, yeah, but it's about the community, isn't it? It's about our little group of guitar and audio buddies who chat and stuff.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Right, let me share my screen.
Please do.
Into our screen. Here we go. Yeah. Okay.
Right, zoom in a bit.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me do this.
Wait, see your email again. There we go. Right. Harmony Jupiter Thin Line, semi-hollows with gold foils. I like these. I think we looked at these before and you said they're wrong uns. I like them. They look a bit Dan Electro.
Yeah. Well, Harmony is an old sort of vintage American-made brand that was a budget brand, but these are still made in the US.
Right. Harmony.
See, I think they look really cool.
I'm not sure.
Oh no, I really like them.
Not cheap though.
Mate, it's a US built guitar.
I'm not saying that, but for a US budget brand, it's not a cheap guitar.
Well, no. So it used to be a budget brand.
Right.
So when they were sold in the 50s or whatever,
Right. Okay.
it was a budget brand. But now they're good guitars.
Ooh.
I think they look. I really
I
like the
like the
simplicity
darker
of it.
one. I like the darker one. I don't. The red one looks a bit too pink.
It's a bit too red, isn't it? It's a bit
Yeah.
too red. Yeah, you're right. If I was going to get one, I'd get the black all day long.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
it looks really cool. So there's that. Okay, no, I'll go this way. So yeah, Walrus released a Canvas passive reamp box. It is awesome.
We do like a reamp box.
It is really good. 175 euros. Yes, worth
And if
every
you need
penny.
one, you just need one.
Yes, it's so true. The Mua Hornet 05i intelligent amp, 5-watt featured packed amp. It looks a bit crap, doesn't it? It's a little amp. You can see the size of it by the input.
Yeah.
But it includes a whopping 52 amps.
Right.
49. So these are simulations, obviously.
Yeah.
49 effects and a looper with 80 seconds playback time. 40 drum machine loops, 10 metronome patterns, and a tuner.
Wow. All controlled by your phone, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the thing. I think what a great little practice tool.
Yeah.
129 quid.
I'm doing sound for. Of course, I am for proms on the playground again this year.
Damn. Right.
For the school, and one of the kids came up to me the other day and said, Mr. Ivy, are you bringing a guitar amp? And I went, do you want me to bring a guitar amp? He said, if you could, because yours will be better than ours. Okay.
Where are you going to bring them?
Oh, a Katana. Every day of the week.
Take him a Marshall. Go on, take him a little Marshall down or something.
Then they said, can you bring two? And then they said, can you play bass?
Awesome.
So it looks like I'm playing bass
down the Katana
and the JCM.
Yeah,
and really upset the front row.
Yeah, do it. Well, unless you want to borrow a Katana.
No, I won't see you before it. So
when is it?
Oh, next month. But I probably won't see you because of Bournemouth and stuff.
You will. Yeah, but I'll bring you to Bournemouth if you want to take one home.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
Have a think.
Yeah,
have a think.
All right. But yeah, that's the sort of thing. But I thought for the rehearsal on Thursday, I'm just going to take the Spark.
Excellent. Yeah, nice one
for that.
Yeah, good job. This is quite cool. Arturia are doing a whole sort of interface pack, recording pack, with a interface, headphones, and mic. I really like. Things are starting to come out in white and studio stuff in white, and I really like that.
Yeah,
I think it looks really cool. Don't like it in black.
The Arturia stuff is really, really good. My experience, I've used most of their interfaces, and they're really solid. The mic pre's sound great. I suspect they've teamed up with a generic brand to build the headphones.
That looks like M Audio to me. It looks like it's the same people that made the M Audio stuff.
Yeah.
What price
behind it? The software and the drivers behind it will be Arturia, and they will be solid.
Yeah. $300. $300.
Not bad, is it?
I thought it was quite good. No, it's pretty good. Right. I've got two things to show you. Fender limited edition St. Laurent. I don't know how to pronounce that. Collection. 12.5 grand Strat. So designer Stratocaster limited run with a matching amp and plectrums.
Well, that's is that as in Eve?
Oh, Eve Saint Laurent. Is that what it is?
Yes, editions. Eve Saint.
Oh, why haven't they got Eve Saint Laurent then? Where's it?
Because it's Fender Limited Edition, Edition Saint Laurent. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Okay,
That just looks
Okay,
like the Strat from the 80s.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. So it's got lipstick pickups. It's all
Okay.
black. Okay, so it's 12.5 grand.
Yeah. Does it come with the amp as well?
Yeah. Oh no. The amp is separate, 3 grand. But it's just a deluxe. There's no difference.
It looks like
It's
just a
just the...
plain old deluxe, doesn't it? With some.
Yeah, no, that's the Supreme Strat that went stupid money. I don't know what's
Fender
going on
trying to
there.
get in on Gibson's space of, teaming up with ridiculous people to make expensive instruments that no one can afford.
I mean, what's the point? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what they're doing.
So what
It's
what
such a
next?
stupid move.
A Gucci Strat or a
Yeah.
or Louis Vuitton Strat. Although that would look kind of cool, Louis Vuitton-esque.
Well, it would look like no, because it would just look like it would look like going out in Newcastle with all the fake.
And if it was fake, would that make it a Moody Strat?
Probably. I mean, I think what a waste of money, waste of time. So instead of buying that, go and buy this.
Oh, look at those!
Doesn't that? So have a look at this. Have a look at the Strat. Let's have a look at the Strat here.
It looks almost the same.
Right, there's the Strat.
That looks cool.
How great does that look?
Yeah.
How shit does that look?
And I love. Do you know what? I really like the A-Team van element to that one.
It's great, isn't it?
The red piping round the pick guard. I really like that.
And the gunmetal grey.
Yeah, hardware. That's awesome.
That just looks so good, doesn't it? That's. So anyway, so this is.
Oh, I love the bass. The bass looks amazing.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've got excited about the Japanese Fenders. Something black. How much are they? Let's have a look. 1,400 quid.
That's not horrendous. That bass looks great.
I like that. I like them a lot. I think they are so much better than. Look at that.
It's a bit.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm done.
Wow, he's done.
Me out. There we go.
Nice. Some good news.
Right,
I'm going to trying to find
where
where we were. On. Sorry, we were here. Go.
Steve Cassidy guitar. He said, "Late again. What did I miss?" Oh, mate.
You can catch up. That's the beautiful thing about the internet.
Yeah. I'm going to say it again. If you can, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, give us a like. It really does help.
Please.
There we go. Martin says, Tonex has saved me money at the moment. Totally happy that it gets everything I want with my 50 odd pedals. With your next pack, even better. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah. That's the great thing about Tonex. It sounds great with pedals in front of it.
Yeah.
Ned says, tried Alexis strings and they're fine, but my go-to strings are now NYXL. Same sort of things by Didario. Sound and feel great. I don't have to change them for months. Yeah, same things. Really good. Dave says, I watch for the guff. Nice one, Dave. Well, you get enough of that.
Yeah.
With us too. Pep says, for acoustic, Alexis are great, but for electric, I find they're a bit bright for my taste. I play for hours on my acoustic, busking for months with the same set. Worth every cent. Absolutely. Yeah. Pet says, this show is about the experience from start to finish. And personally, I use the news to get a few cold ones from the fridge. Phone in the back pocket still. Nice one.
Nice work.
That's interesting. The Pet doesn't watch for the news. He watches for us. For our just yabbering on.
Maybe we're entertaining. No, we can't be entertaining.
No, I don't think so. Jeff Rock says, I've got the 68 Princeton RI reissue, I guess. Stock speaker, just shy of being loud enough in a live situation. Put WGS G10C, and it makes all the difference. Still prefer the Sir Hombre light and loud 12-inch speaker. Yeah, that's a good shout. The Hombre.
I'd have to go. I'd have to go. Hombre.
Yeah, the only thing about the Hombre is I don't think it's got reverb. I could be wrong. I don't think it's got reverb. But I did look at one of those once.
Nice.
Yeah. Pet says the Peps elixirs on my acoustic last for ages, and echo what Paul said about still sounding great. Nice. Den's Kill Music or Den's Skill Music, I don't know.
Or Den's Silk Music.
Silk.
Den's Skill Music. Yeah.
I think Den's Kill Music I'm going for.
Yeah.
Hello from Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Hi, Den's Skill. Alan McDonald said, take them a full stack. They need the experience. It's true. They do need that experience.
I think if I put that JCM 900 in front of them, there'll be a certain amount of wow factor and a certain amount of, oh my God, that's loud.
And the thing is, if you ever took out like that 4x12 cabinet that you've got should not be seen by the public at all. It looks horrible.
It wouldn't need to be. It's a combo.
No, I'm talking about the full stack. If you take out,
no, that can't go. That's a studio thing now. That can't go anywhere because of the lack of grillage.
I think you should hide that, put it somewhere, and just put it on the wall of shame.
I think you're wrong.
Pet says, Jeff, what do you find the optimum settings on your RI sweet spot, for example? There we go. Lord Branstey, not true about the news. I love your knowledge of gear and tone. Fascinating. Cheers, Lord Branstey. Joe says, hi guys. Apart from a YouTube channel, what is the Studio Rats? Are you a band, a songwriting team, publishing company? I probably haven't explained this, so I'm sorry if I'm boring.
We started. Well, God, what did we start off as? I've lost track.
So so I've been a songwriter producer for years and years and years and years, and I just got fed up with writing pop music and having pop songs and doing that sort of stuff. And so I thought it'd be a good idea to start the Studio Rats as a band to have. So I'm not programming loops and doing all that sort of stuff. And so I asked James and Dan Hawkins to get involved. Dan's buggered off to Singapore. And so, yes, so there are band songs of the Studio Rats. But the term Studio Rat means like someone that basically stays in the studio all the time and has a studio tan. Unlike me at the moment, it was a bit of a beetroot tan.
Beach boy tan.
Yes, and I have a publishing company as well, yes.
So there are songs out there by the Studio Rats. Obviously, there are many videos. But it's just one of those things when we want to get creative and actually show how bands work and how bands record and stuff, we can, because that's what we do.
Yes. I think the thing about the Studio Rats was it was meant to be more of a all-encompassing thing. It was meant to be like lots of studio tips and that sort of stuff and recording and stuff, and it just ended up to be and we can tell about that in a minute actually.
Yes.
And it ended up being mainly guitar centric because I think at the time I don't know why actually.
You got bored of studio kit and wanted to talk guitar to people a bit more.
Yes, I think guitar stuff is far more interesting than studio stuff, but that's because it was a job for years and years and years. But anyway.
Yeah. So should we let that one out of the bag now?
If you want.
So, as you all know, or maybe you don't know, the YouTube algorithm, which controls the known universe of who sees what videos, etc., which videos are served to which platforms, etc., is all powerful. And if you start putting the wrong thing, a non-demographic video into a channel, it scores you down and all sorts of things, and it's all a bit crap really that you can't just put on what you want, but you kind of have to play the game with it. So in order to make some more studio tech-esque content, we thought we'll start a second channel. So coming fairly shortly. No actual dates on this yet because, quite frankly, I need to get my finger out and do some. Will be the Studio Rats, or what we're going to call TSR Tech Talk.
The Studio Rats Tech Talk. So yes. So and James is going to be working on that sort of side of things.
Yeah. So it'll be
good.
A bit more studio tech, a bit more kind of recording techniques and stuff. Some drum stuff, some whole band stuff. Again, it will grow into whatever it grows into. I'm not sure how it's going to go yet, but I will obviously still be on the main Studio Rats channel because we still like doing our guitar-a-thon moments and sort of mega videos and stuff. But it's just somewhere to not confuse YouTube, basically. That's the plan.
It does get confused.
If you like that sort of thing, come and join us on the Studio Rats Tech Talk. It'll be happening very soon.
Yes.
There you go.
Connor Dyer says, always wondered if you have ever tried an electroacoustic into your Boss GX100. Do you think it would be good enough preamp, or would it be best getting a Fishman Platinum preamp to record? I think it'd be absolutely fine. I think the good thing about that is that you've got everything built in. You've got the the effects and stuff.
EQ effects, it's all there.
Yeah, it depends what you're going for. If you need the effects, I would say do it. If you don't need the effects, I think the Fishman Platinum preamp is probably going to be a better preamp, but for acoustic guitars. But how much better? Not that much.
If you want an alternative option rather than the Fishman, take a look at the Radial PZ Pre.
Do they still make that?
They do still make it. Okay. Really good. Really, really good unit. That's what I've got. That's what I use for recording. If I have to do a recording with a DI for acoustic, that's what I use. It sounds amazing.
Great. Mr. Axel's in the house.
This was genuinely exciting when I saw this.
Mr. Axel, hi Keith. He said, new Lukather record hits Friday. Some of the Toto chaps joining him. Check it out if you have the chance. I will definitely be checking that out.
It's basically Steve Lukather's on the record as saying this is the closest thing as you're ever going to get to a new Toto record.
But he would say that. He would say that because that's going to get the Toto fans buying his record.
Of course it is.
Awesome. I do like Steve Lukather's so good, isn't he? So good.
Yes. There was a Luke. What's the Squire equivalent for Ernie Ball?
Oh, well, there's been a few sub.
No, not the sub. The next one.
The man. Sterling,
yes. There was a Sterling Lukather, and even that went for lots of money. And I was like, really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Jeff said Pete Moxie at Pete Moxie Sweet Spot Volume 7 treble 6 7 bass. Oh, okay, treble 67 bass 2 to 3. There we go. Cheers, my friend. He says to Jeff. Steve Cassidy guitar. Keith Axel. Oofed. Thanks for the heads up, mate. We'll check that out.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Alan McDonald. Fender makes me laugh. Who's going to buy that? It's true. Who is going to buy that?
A collector with a glass cabinet. No one's going to play that guitar.
That's a stupid guitar, that is. See, I laughed out loud at the YSL Stratton amp. Silly. See, but I don't understand why it's SL, not YSL.
I don't know.
Is it different? Is it like different branding? Like, like how, you get Versace and then the cheaper end of Versace is Saint Laurent. I don't know. Anyway, I don't care actually. Who cares?
What's that song? What's the song? What's the line from Uptown Funk? It's over there with Saint Laurent. I'm gonna kiss myself. I'm so that one. Yes, I forgot. Been a while.
Steve Cassidy guitar. Anyone tried the Tom Cruise signature Fender Mustang? I'm guessing that's a joke.
It wouldn't surprise me because he flies a Mustang, doesn't he?
He flies a Mustang.
Yeah, a Mustang aircraft.
I didn't know there was a Mustang aircraft. Okay.
Yeah, American World War II fighter.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I'd say Bulgari diamond pickups. That's a genius idea. How awful would that be?
Oh. Bling!
I'm laughing, but I still want some Tony Iommi aftershave. Tell me that's not a real thing. Tell me that's not a real thing. Please, that's not a good thing. That's not a real thing.
Tony Iommi aftershave. Oh, the smell of the black country.
That wouldn't be good, would it? That wouldn't be good. Ned says Fenders and other can work with fashion brands and sell them for a huge amount of money while not caring about the quality control because no one will ever play those fashion state symbols. That is very true, actually.
Very true.
But they are custom shop. They are custom shop.
So
they should be good. But you're so right. It's just going to be. It's going to be like, you know, buy that someone like Machine Gun Kelly or something like that. Just have it in his.
Yeah.
Alan McDonald. I'm saving up for the Fender Custom Shop George Foreman Hot Rod Grill. Oh, that's good.
Turn that nice again. Sorry, that's George Formby.
Yeah, it's when I'm cleaning windies. Richard, running late, but hi, guys. Hi, Richard.
Did you hear about this one?
Safety says, what do you think about Moog being bought out by Music? I did hear of that. I was gonna feature it in the news, but I didn't think many people would give a monkeys about it because it's mainly sort of guitar-y. But yeah, I mean, they seem to be buying up quite a lot, don't they? Is it Music? Is it a Chinese brand in Music?
No, they're based in Aldershot.
What?
They're based in Aldershot in the UK. In Music's headquarters is in the UK.
Is it?
Yeah. Been there lots of times. I used to work for them for a very small amount of time.
Can you imagine what they paid for Moog or Moog? Depends on how you want. Yeah, we can have this argument. Is it a Mooga Fuga or a Moga Foga?
A Moga Foga. A Moga Fuga.
I think it's a Mooga Fuga. I think it's a Mooga Fuga.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's not a Moga Foga, is it?
No, it's not.
I mean, it's an interesting one because, to be fair, In Music have done good things with Akai and Alesis and
have they?
Well, the Akai brand is very much on the way back.
Is it? Is it really good? Okay.
Yeah. M Audio, you know, no, not really.
Haven't they buried M Audio?
I'd love to think they've bought it to bring out some amazing stuff. I just wonder if they're going to Chineseify it and just bring out a load of old tack.
So what other brands have they got? Go on, give me their brands.
Hang on a second.
Should we look?
No, there's a lot. I mean, you'd be surprised how many music brands.
I think they've just bought James's internet provider as well.
So they've got ready. So Air.
You've got who?
Air, as in Air Instruments. Akai, Alesis.
No, hold on. Stop. Hold on a sec, because as soon as you started talking who they were, your internet went to shit.
So Air, Akai Professional, Alesis, Alto.
Okay. So let's go there. No. Let's stop. Okay, Alto. So let's go there.
Right.
All four of those companies are basically pretty much dead in the water, aren't they?
Yeah.
Akai maybe not.
Akai no. Akai are doing some good stuff.
Air.
Yeah. Oh, Air's back with a vengeance. Arcasos, who make visual software. BFD is them. Denon, as in the hi-fi and DJ software stuff. Engine DJ, Headrush, Ion, M Audio, Marantz, Newmark, Mixmeister, Rain, Sonovox.
Sorry, Moog. It's such a shame that your company is it's going down that pan. Jesus, really?
Stanton and Sound Switch. I mean, it's.
Oh my god, no, that's not good. That is not good for Moog.
No,
I don't think that's good at all. Just funny. I don't know if I ever had a company like that. I mean, you don't know, do you? I would want it to go down to sell it to someone that would.
You'd want
do something with it, as opposed to a company that's
Native Instruments, maybe
something like that, or a great company like that.
Yeah,
Oh no, well, not even that. Like Nord,
Yeah.
Nord buying it or something. Someone that can do something with it,
Yeah.
as opposed to mate, that is such a shame. Anyway, could there be new Mooga Fugas? There could be.
There'll be cheap pedals, but they won't be the real deal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In music, prove us wrong. Like we really matter.
Keith said, Pet, I hang out to watch Paul relish the discussions of drum and building projects. It's true. Lee said, Paul, the clone arrived today. Oh, nice one. Not plugged it in yet, though. Lee's bought a clone pedal that we're going to do a video of. I won't talk too much about it. Ned says, I think many of us watch you for the banter. The news is a good break. I like it that I don't have to follow the news myself. There we go. Nice one. To be honest, I don't have to follow the news. I just go on just before the show and see what's going on. Then actually we should change it every time. Den skill music.
The end skill.
The end skill. That's good. That's good. I like that. Great show, guys. Any experience with Ernie Ball guitars?
Yes.
Yeah. Really good guitars. I tend to find the necks a little bit narrow for me.
I'd love me a Luke.
James would really like a Luke. I think they're really good, really fantastic, great built guitars, and I'd like to have one. Peter Holyman, he says, hello boys, HX Stomp or Tonex for recording only, not live. Just want good amp tone, presets and editing. Honestly, I don't even have to think about this. Tonex. There's a massive difference. There's a massive difference between Tonex and HX Stomp. If you get profiles.
Good profiles.
Sorry, captures, we should say.
Capture. Oh, God, it's so messy, isn't it?
Pet says, Chrissy Hind?
Yeah.
Said, don't get me wrong. The news is interesting.
She said, don't get me wrong.
The news is interesting, just like the whole show. Cheers, Pet. And Ned says, there's a question that's not useless. I know they're different, but could the Tonex replace the Boss IR200? Yeah, very much so. Yes, very much so. The great thing about Tonex is that it captures the sound of your amp. So if you've got like an amp you've always wanted, it's not. If you want the sound of my Matchless amp or one of James's amps or whatever, it's that sound. It's not like a representation of how a company thinks a sound should be. It's exactly that sound. And that's why I think it's so good. Same with the Kemper, but it's Tonex has moved the bar a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
Oh, cheers, Tony. Thanks, mate. Who's got on there? Is that Stones? I can't see. I think it is the Stones. He says, "Consider this my fine for missing the last live chat. Be well, gent." Cheers, Tony. That's really nice of you, mate. Thank you very much. James and I can eat for the next week. That's what we do this show.
Pretty much.
Nectaria says, opinions on direct electric guitar tones for live. I'm an amp fan, currently contemplating purchasing gear to go straight to front of house. I've never been asked to do it, but what if I were?
3, 2, 1, Tonex.
Tonex. Yeah, just go and get Tonex. It's honestly, it's when I say it's revolutionary, I mean other companies have done amp capture devices, but I know that if I take my Tonex pedal out, that's the sound of my Matchless.
It's really good. It is really, really good.
It's really good. David says, Tech Talk, good idea. Let's do this. Yes. Sophie says, long live also the Studio Rat second channel. Cheers, Sophie. Ned says, great news about the studio tech. I like that sort of thing. There we go. It seems like lots of people are into this. The Studio Cats. I get a lot of some of the older studio recording stuff. Nice. He gets a lot out of some of the older studio stuff. Neil Kearney. I'm guessing
go with that. Yeah.
South Australia. Ordered some string joists direct from the guys in Nashville to try out. Best strings I've ever had. Sounded so good. I immediately ordered 6 months supply for my electrics. Nice one. So I think you can buy string joy now in peach.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I hear it's a good thing. And also Blake Wyland is part of String Joy, isn't he? So I like Blake's shows that he does. I especially like the one he does with Brian Wampler as a podcast. Jeff says, I thought you were going to say we are introducing a segment on domestic rodents to keep the algorithm happy. We should do that. Do you know, it'd be so much better if we did like, I don't know, videos on, I don't know, my dog just lying upside down or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'd probably get far higher ratings.
Oh, definitely. Sterling, yes.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, Funky Bass.
Got Chucks on with Saint Laurent.
Yeah, gonna kiss myself. I'm so pretty.
Pet says, why is Carole King so good? This is true. Every time I hear something by her, I doff my cap. Yes. Awesome.
As well, we all should.
Yes, absolutely. Hip Critical TV says, I have an Enya Nova Go acoustic treble guitar, small size and carbon material, no wood. All recordings so far sound muddy. Could be a recording mix problem, but could be an issue with carbon or small body. Yeah, so small body guitars, parlor style guitars do have a very sort of distinct sound. Really fit in a mix with certain, like a busy mix. I don't know. I'd have to try it, but it could be that. It could be the fact that it's carbon. I've had a couple of carbon guitars. I've had actually it wasn't, the neck was carbon, which was I've had a couple of Steinbergers. Cut their carbon necks. They sounded really good, actually.
Mate, I'm at a Parker Fly with a carbon neck.
Parker Flies are all carbon.
Yeah.
The original Parker Flies, yeah, yes. They were great guitars. Ugly as sin.
But my God, were they stable.
They're brilliant guitars. I mean, just so, everything about them was that look good.
Yeah. Here we go.
I think Washburn made them. I think Washburn bought Parker Fly or started making them out of the Washburn factory.
All right.
Gary says, hey, Paul, your video on Tonix and the GX100 was excellent. I was curious, does the GX100 fit into the signal chain when only using the Tonix software with Amplitude 5? Or is it redundant? Oh, no, that wouldn't work. No, because it's all software. You'd have to come in and out. I mean, you could do something like that if you did some clever routing inside a DAW, but no, it wouldn't work. It's a cool idea though. Like an actual amp sim. That's a really good idea. Like an amp sim with an effects loop in it. That's a really good idea. Why hasn't someone done that?
Well, because it would rely on an interface with more I/O, because you'd have to have at least 4.
Yeah, but let's think about this. Let's think about this. Like a company that brings out a guitar-centric or interface and software that dealt with pedals going in and out and through. That's brilliant.
Great, that'd be really cool.
That'd be really good. Mind you, I guess Axe Effects has sort of done that.
Yeah.
Interesting. David says, have you two ever bought a pedal that skyrocketed in value and you've hung on to them? I tell you what, I did a video on this. Let me get it. I keep showing this actually because it's brilliant. The Focus Fuzz. Great Eastern Effects Company sent me this to do the review. And because it was a limited edition, overnight they went up to like 550 quid. It's crazy.
Not a bad monkey, though, is it?
No, not a bad markup. But I mean, it's a really great pedal, and
I said not a bad monkey. Not a bad monkey. Monkey.
Yeah. Monkey.
You know, as in the green thing, the thing that Josh Scott was waxing lyrical about, that then went whoosh.
Oh, Bad Monkey.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, but that was the thing about the Bad Monkey was that it then came down to the price that it was worth.
Yeah.
Funky Bass. I thought Moog was employee owned previously. It was. Behringer are bringing out so many clones of Moog synths which people can actually afford. If prices could come down a bit, it could be a good thing. It could be a good thing. I'm not sure. I actually think if Behringer bought Moog, I don't know. It's an Uli kind of world now. It is an Uli kind of world.
Yeah. I don't think Behringer buying a company is ever a good thing for that company.
Well, they haven't done bad for TC though, have they?
Oh,
it's not TC is not the company it was.
No, it's not. Well, it's not.
No, you're right. It's not about the companies. It's about
making. The rumor that Avid were up for sale? Do you know the number of people who said, "Oh my god, Behringer will buy them"?
That would be so funny. Behringer bought Avid. I don't think Behringer could afford Avid. No, they probably could, couldn't they?
Probably could.
Yeah. Mark Pritchard. He says, "Hi Paul, Mark here. Who sold you? Oh yeah, hi Mark. How you doing? Are you still liking it? Yes, absolutely. I've got it in my rack. I haven't turned it on for some time actually because of Tone X. Yeah, not using it as much as I was, but it's Axfex is so good. Such a great
live.
Unit.
It's live. It comes into its own, doesn't it?
God, doesn't it just? Yeah, it's great live. I hope you're getting on well with the. You bought Kemper, didn't you? Yeah, let us know, Mark. Pet says, have you both swapped sides? 41 now, and it seems I'm a cheap date. He's. Hold on, let's do this. You see, we can do this.
That's wrong. Stop.
Lee says, James, drop the link, old chap, and I give you my 2 cents on Tone X.
I have. It's down there, Lee.
Funky Bass. Any idea on how to get Tone X working on the iPad? I tried my old Apogee 1, but couldn't get it triggering the actual amp captures. Oh, that's interesting.
I've not tried that yet.
I'm not sure you can. Can you capture on the iPad?
I doubt it because of the processing.
I'm not sure you can. I think capture is just for the software, and I know you can do it now with the software for the pedal,
right?
But you still need other gear to do that, as far as I know, like mic preamps and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Ned says, I'm seriously considering the Tone X in your captures. I need box, etc. Box. I could also capture my own amp and compare it to the real thing. Should be easy to tweak to a usable sound. Absolutely. I need box. I wonder what I need box. What Ned means by I need box.
The box, perhaps.
Etc. As in,
the thing that always amazes me, and genuinely this amazes me, as part of the capture process, once it's done its training bit, which takes quite some time to do the advanced training, but trust me, it is so worth it. There's an option to A/B between the capture and your real amp.
Yeah,
and you know
as there are on all the sort of capture profiles.
I listen and I go, I can't hear it. I really can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
So good.
Yeah, it's really good. There's always going to be people that say they can hear it, and always going to be people that can't hear it and say they can hear it. So,
yeah.
Den's Skill Music. Thanks for getting my handle right, mates. Have we got it right? Well, in the end, we've got it right. I think we tried all the options. What are your thoughts on recording wet, dry, wet? Recording wet, dry, wet, I don't see the point, to be honest. I would rather put the effects on afterwards.
Yeah.
Out live, yeah, absolutely. I get it. You want control of your effects and you want stereo effects and stuff like that. That's basically how I go out. But recording wet, dry, wet is you might as well put the effects on post. Unless it's really that is part of your sound and tone. Yeah.
No one said to the Edge, can't we just do this in software afterwards?
That is true. Although I don't know how much of that is studio processing as opposed
these days. Yeah, I suspect back in the old days, it was all hardware.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the Edge, the effects are too wide to be. I don't think he was doing wet, dry, wet then, and the effects are massive. I could be wrong.
At this point, we must pause for a juncture and be joined by greatness, Mr. Lee Abraham.
All right, chaps.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Evening, sir.
What's he got?
He's
It's on
got
his board.
one.
It's on his board.
So I thought I'd give you my. I thought because you hear obviously James and Paul talk about it a lot. So I thought it would be opportune for me to come on and talk about it a little bit. I mean, this thing is amazing. This thing is a life changer.
Yeah, it is.
And people will know, obviously, who may have heard me waffle on before about the amount of stuff that I've bought and the amount of stuff that I've sent back and the amount of stuff that I didn't like and all this kind of stuff. And I think the best way I can describe this Tonex is if you don't like the sound of it, it's not Tonex that you don't like the sound of. It's just the capture you're using that you don't like the sound of.
Yeah.
So go and find another one. Go and find a one that's been captured better, or go find another one of a different amp. I don't honestly think that I'll need to buy another piece of gear in terms of what this does. You know, the amp.
Just quick caveat on that, quick.
The amp, well,
Do you know, Lee? When Lee was over last week, James, Lee brought some patches over the John Petrucci Mesa Boogie amp.
Yeah,
absolute filth. Just such great, like massive, like overdriven, saturated tones. Brilliant, it was.
Awesome.
Yeah,
on the Tonex anyway.
They are good. I just wanted to just talk about a couple of things about the Tonex, because I noticed quite a lot of people ask these sorts of questions. And I think Hollywood mentioned this earlier and said, why no why no sort of XLR out? Well, this at the moment, this is kind of for the middle of your chain. It's not the end of your chain. So there's stuff that you would want to put after it, such as delays or chorus or stuff like that. So it would only have an XLR. Sorry, not just an XLR. I'm not explaining myself very well. Effects loop. That's what people keep talking about. Effects loop. Why no effects loop? If it had an XLR in it, then it would have an effects loop, as far as I'm concerned, because then you could use it to make sure that you put your delays and your choruses in the effects loop, and then you've got an XLR out to make it the end of your chain. Whereas as it is at the moment, because it hasn't got an XLR, it doesn't need an effects loop, as far as I'm concerned, because you put it somewhere in the middle, in the center of your chain. You know, you put compressors and drives first, you put the Tonex, then you put your, reverbs, delays, modulations, and that kind of stuff, and then that's the end of your chain. So it's very much a mid-chain product at the moment. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But it was interesting. It was interesting to hear the speculation earlier when you said, or when somebody said, next year there could be one that has delays, and I don't know. Would they just release a software update for that? Do you think? Will we have delays in this current hardware? Do you think?
I guess they could. And I guess they could. But they're bringing out. They're bringing out at NAMM. I didn't realize this, but at NAMM they announced that they're bringing out a speaker for Tonex, a powered speaker.
Oh, okay. What, like an FRFR thing?
Yeah. That's especially designed for Tonex, which I think is quite exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think it could be an update. I think we're just gonna have to watch this space and see what happens over the coming months or whatever. See if they, who knows what they're going to bring out. It's all quite exciting.
The problem with software updates is the amount the software update would have to cost to add all that functionality in is probably more than most people would pay for a software upgrade, whereas they would buy a new box.
I don't think they charge. And it's very rare for a hardware company like a guitar processor for a company to charge for an upgrade.
And that's a lot of the R&D costs they've got to cover in giving away the update to sell new units.
I think they'll come up with something. I mean, you know, they do their own delay boxes and their modulation box, and maybe that's the whole point. Maybe it's like you get this and then you get that and you add this on, or maybe as you know, as I think it was Hollywood suggested later on, maybe they will come up with a big unit that I haven't been told anything about that, so I don't know anything about it.
But they've got all the tech and the algorithms because they've got it all in Amplitude.
Yeah,
they have. That's very true. That's very true. But why not? But maybe they're bringing out an Amplitude box. I mean, you know, they've done it. They've done that with Tony. I mean, who knows? It's a great way of doing it. I think if they do that, that to me is that's the Axe Effects killer for me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this thing, it sounds great live. I've used it live. I've used it in a ton of gigs since I bought it. I've had it about 5 weeks now, 6 weeks, and I've used it at a ton of gigs, and it always sounds amazing. You know, I was telling Paul when I was over a couple of weeks ago. I used the Studio Rats matchless captures for sort of lighter, sort of blues, rocky, sort of pop stuff. And then when we want to rock it up a bit, I tend to use those Petrucci Mesa Boogie ones only to get a bit of great grit running. But I'd be interested to try the new clone, which is here.
Yeah,
here it is. I'm not going to show you what it is, but
does it look the same?
No, does it looks completely different. Looks completely.
Does it?
Different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the internet says this is a clone, so.
Okay.
That's why I bought it.
And the internet's never wrong.
No. And don't even suggest that it might be, because you can get into trouble for that sort of thing. Internet people will come and get you.
Oh, all of the internet will get me.
Yeah, the internet will come and get you. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be interested to try that in front of it. I'll try that in a second when the show's finished, and yeah, see what it's like.
Nice.
But yeah,
let us know.
Anyone who's hesitating on Tonex, don't hesitate, because I've hesitated too much, and I've bought too much stuff that I've not liked and I've taken back because it's had a certain algorithm in it which produces a copy of an amp or whatever, like a regular multi-effects does, and I've ended up saying, oh, I don't like this, I send it back. But with the Tonex, what you can do, of course, is just try as many patches and captures as you like until you find that's essentially the same as, you know, this is just a platform to hold all of those captures in and take them out on and play with at gigs, you know. So
yeah.
And the database is growing all the time, isn't it? I mean, somebody's put some captures up of the Strymon Riverside pedal.
Oh.
So I was on the computer, I would put 2 instances of Tonex in Pro Tools. So I had the Riverside pedal on one instance of Tonex, and I had your Matchless on another instance of Tonex, and it sounds amazing.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it's the first software platform where I've actually thought, do you know what? I don't need to mess around with guitar amps and pedals and stuff going into on the way in. Just plug straight into the interface, and it sounds like a guitar.
Yeah.
And it sounds like my guitar through my amps. Because guess what?
That's what it is.
Yeah. But you need to get your next pack out. It's going to be really good, I reckon.
It's coming. It's on its way.
It's so close. Yeah. It's like Christmas.
Excellent. All right, chaps. So
cheers, Lee.
Buy a Tonex. Go and do it.
There we go. Cheers, Lee. Take care, mate. See you soon, mate. Right, we need to get through these. We've got 15 minutes. We need to get through.
We do. Bam.
Can't wait for the second channel. There we go. Nice. Nick Torres says, money, no object comparison between Tonex and Quad Cortex.
Tonex.
Yeah, I'd go for Tonex. Do you know what I would do? Yeah. Do you know what so Quad Cortex does a lot more. It has way more effects, a ton more effects. You can layer amps. It's got a touch screen. It does a lot more. I still prefer the sound of Tonex.
Likewise.
Chemical P, Adrian Bellu's #1 guitar is a Parker Fly. Awesome. Pet says, cheers, lads. Sweet dreams, everyone. Pet's off. He's obviously finished his Bombay mix. Ned says, I need Vox.
I need Dollar.
Yep. Mark says, "Hi Paul, yes, still got the Kemper, sounds great, and playing more now, less tinkering, but the effects are not in the same league as the X effects." It's very true.
That's true.
Loving the channel, guys. Cheers, Mark. Thanks for coming along, Mark. Funky Bass says, "Sorry, I meant I couldn't get the guitar input from the Apogee One doing anything in the Tonex iPad app. It was strange. Maybe the Apogee One is a bit old now." Oh, okay, the input. Okay, no, it should be all right. I'll have to have a look at that. Let me see if I can get hold of IK to send me a copy of the iPad software. WDW for life. What's WDW?
No, nothing.
No.
I can't even think of funny.
No. Rafa says, "I just got a Line 6 Catalyst 200 and use it in conjunction with my Helix Live." Nice one. Bet that sounds great. Funky Bass says, "Entire small factories in China will be freaking out if Lee's buying Days Rove." They will. They absolutely will. Yeah, China's is it GB? Oh, what is it?
GDP.
GDP.
Yeah,
we're going right now. Gary says, "Thanks for all your support, guys. But always look forward to Wednesday's live sessions. One last thing: what do you think is the best song you've ever recorded, engineered, or written?" Jesus, I have to come back to you on that. Actually, I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to say because it should be someone else to say that.
It should be your next song, shouldn't it? I will go with. I will go with not necessarily the best, but certainly the one that got me hooked was a song that I wrote called "Dog in the Garden." I wrote it on a Tascam Porter 01, and I was about 11.
Sounds like a hit.
That's what got me here.
Oh, there we go. That's a good one. Right.
Dog in the Garden.
Next then.
Terrible.
There
song.
we go. Tony Davis, "I have a Tonex and have finally got around to getting a dedicated cab for it. Nice. I also have an EHX 5 mm power amp pedal lying around. Will that work okay?" Is that the 5mm? Is that the little pedal power amps they did? It should do. Yeah, I can't see why it wouldn't. So my in-ears keep
as long as you
out.
match your impedance of your speaker to your amp output, all good.
Should be, yeah, should be absolutely fine. Ned says, "I would use the Tonex at the end of my chain as an amp because I just put everything into the front of the amp. Anyway, less work than the 4-cable method that I used to do." Nice. Guessing it work at the end of the chain? Yes, sure. There's no reason why it wouldn't. Yeah. Hello, it's Man Cave Wednesday. There we go. It is Man Cave Wednesday. Alan McDonald, Lee.
Do we all have to do it now?
Alan.
Lee. Alan.
Maybe you've got to be British to understand that joke. Totally agree with Lee. Since buying Tonex and now using it for every single gig and feeling confident in it, I'm totally sold. Tonex give me great tones along with portability and consistency.
Yeah, it's the way forward.
David says, "Thanks, chaps. Good weekend all. I was number 3 on the thumbs up." Cheers, David. Wet, dry, wet.
WDW. Wet, dry, wet.
Thanks, mate. Sorry. Well done, Poo Ninja.
We got there. Well done, everyone.
Well done.
As always, a pleasure to be with you on a Wednesday evening. Myself and Larry North, Greg Farrar, aka Adventures in Gearland, will be with you next Wednesday from sunny Bournemouth. Paul will.
You're gonna be drunk by then, yeah?
Probably, yeah. We'll be in the hotel room. Absolutely
nice.
off our whatsits. And yeah, we'll join you next week. It should be lots of fun as always. But keep your questions coming in. We'll start to ramp up things around the sister channel. I like the idea of that. And yeah, we'll keep up the good work and keep some more videos coming. So until next week, my name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
Take care, everyone. Have a good week, and we'll see you very soon.
Cheers, guys.